guys. So I'm doing another requested topic. Someone asked me where I see myself in 5 years, slash, like, where do I want to be in 5 years. I'm pretty sure that was the topic. My internet isn't working again, so that's what I remember the topic was. I apologize if I'm wrong. Um, but it's an interesting topic nonetheless, so whatever. Um, so, first of all, by way of where I live, um, I would like to, and I've discussed this with my parents. I don't really have any interest in like moving out. What I think is best, and what my parents have agreed they think will work, is if um, we get a new house and I get like a separate apartment in the basement of whatever house they buy, um, because it just for all of our needs, that would meet what I'm looking for and what they're looking for. Um, I would like my own space, but I don't have anybody. I don't want to live alone, um, like separated from everybody. Like I don't want to get my own apartment somewhere in my own apartment building, because I have no one to move in with, and I don't necessarily foresee myself within the next 5 years at least, finding someone, whether that be a romantic partner or just a friend, somebody I'm close enough with that I want to move in with them, because I tend to be a very um, interesting person to share a space with, and I would like my own space, but I don't necessarily um, want to be separate from my family. Um, so yeah, I think that that's something that I've really been thinking about this past year, and something I've really been discussing with my parents this past year. It won't happen for a while because we're going to be in this current house for a little while longer. But hopefully within the next 5 years or 5 years from now, that will be getting the gears in motion for that. By way of like a job, I honestly, at this point in my life, have no idea what I want to do. I don't know. I feel like I will end up going to post secondary school at some point in my life, but I don't foresee that being any time in the near future. Maybe 5 years from now, I'll be thinking about it, or be just starting that. Um, but that leads me to the next thing: is like I'd like to find something I'm passionate about. Um, I'm a very easygoing, kind of go with the flow person, and I've never really had anything that I'm passionate about that I could make into a career, um, ever. So, I mean, I would like to find something that I'm interested in studying, or something I'm interested in pursuing, um, and I just don't know where that is or what that is yet. But I'm hoping within the next 5 years I can figure out a starting point. Um, so job goes along with that, and find something that I'm passionate about that I would like to uh, do as a career. um, but I would like to be financially stable with myself, um, in the next 5 years. uh, by way of relationships, I would like to have another relationship within the next 5 years. My longest relationship was lasted a little over a year, and I would like, to experience that again. I would like to experience being with somebody for, a year or longer than a year. Um, I hope that within the next 5 years I can experience that, and whether that's, in 5 years I'm still with that person, or just experiencing that within the 5 years. Um, you know, because I you learn so much about yourself when you're in a relationship with somebody, especially for that amount of time. And I just, yeah, like, that's such a different aspect of yourself, and when you're single, you're not experiencing that as much, in the same kind of way. And I really like learning about myself in that sort of way, and learning to, um, you know, be with somebody else in such an intimate way, just personally as well as sexually. But yeah, so that is something I would like within the next 5 years, is to have another relationship either have happened or still be in one. Um, Along with that, I would like a friendship that, you know, is not, I don't know, I'm in a weird stage of my life where, I'm 18 and all of my friends are going off and moving away. So last year I dealt with that when I finished high school and my friends moved on to post secondary education out of town, and I didn't. I stayed here. And then so I made new friends this year with my volunteer group. And again, most of them are, you know, a lot of them were in a gap year, like I am, except I'm not technically in a gap year because I'm not going to school this coming year either. But they were in a gap year or they were in their last year of high school, and so again, I'm experiencing this um, thing where all of my new friends are now graduating and moving on, and moving out of town and moving away, and so, and I know that that's like a constant life thing. Like people aren't stagnant their whole lives, but I would like to, within or in the next, 5 years down the road, I would like to have a friend that has been around for a while. Um, and I don't know if that's too much to ask, but I don't. In my life, I've never been one to keep friendships longer than a few years, and that's something I really want to work on because I don't know. I just see, like, my parents, for example, they have each other, they're best friends. They don't have, friends. And they're okay with that. That's them. Um, because they've had each other since they were teenagers. And, they don't hang out with anybody. They don't go out and do stuff apart from each other. And it just, to me, like, I don't know, I don't want to fall into that hole, I guess. And even though they're happy with that, they're content with that, I don't see myself being content with that. Um, I found myself really enjoying connecting with new people, um, and so I would really like to have a friend that is around, and um, that I can really enjoy being around and hanging out with. Um, so I don't know if that's too much to ask, but that's something that I've really been thinking about this past year or so, since this is again happening. Um, I'm gonna need to make new friends all over again, and it's just uh, a little disheartening and just kind of. I just would like a friendship to work out. Um, I have a list over there because I didn't want to forget anything, but I think that I covered. Oh, and then bottom surgery was the last thing I had on that list. I would like to be um, looking into, if not scheduling, uh, bottom surgery. Not necessarily within the next 5 years, but definitely 5 years down the road. Within the 5 to 10 year range, I would like to be, um, really heavily researching, really heavily figuring out where I want to go with this. Assuming, of course, that my bottom dysphoria stays, the way it is right now. Um, if some miracle happens and I come to the conclusion that I don't need it, then hallelujah. But I've not let myself look into bottom surgery because I need to get over top surgery first, and then hysterectomy, um, and then looking into bottom surgery. So I'm giving myself, you know, a little bit more time of not having to worry about it. Um, but really, I want to be heavily researching and heavily figuring out where I'm going with that 5 years from now. So thank you for this topic. If anybody else has any topics they want me to talk about, please let me know because I love hearing from you guys. I have a lot of videos coming your way because I have a lot of news and a lot of things to talk about. So even if you don't have video topics for me, videos are coming, and so I will see you guys soon. As always, my GoFundMe link for my top surgery is going to be in the description. If you could share the link or donate or whatever, that would be really helpful. Um, so, yeah, subscribe. If you have any comments or questions, let me know, and thank you for watching.